right side. Thomas from Mississippi State, Young from Kansas State. They start with Martin on a draw, and he picks up 4. Zach Thomas, who will be in on a lot of tackles tonight if it's a normal night.
3 and 2 running back.
Split back, 2nd down and 6. Keep it on the ground. Give the ball to Martin. Shakes a man in the backfield and then picks up 3 out to the 42 where Brock Marion pushes him back. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
When they work, Al.
Yes. 3 receivers to the left. Lucas looks to the right and floats one complete to Martin. And he picks up a 1st down to the 43-yard line. So the Jets line up the 3 wideouts to the left. All of the defensive backs with reception and the longest at 16 yards all season. Curtis again, so it's 3 runs and a catch, and Martin himself has taken the Jets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Trip game, Jets on the opening drive of the game. Draw play, Anderson, big hole to the 21-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 1, and Dan Marino can only stand and wait. 3rd down and 1. Fighting for the 1st down as Martin hit at the line of scrimmage, and then you saw the frustration with Sean Wooden clapping his hands. And 1 time in 4 do they score a touchdown. This is Martin. And Martin to the 10-yard line, about 2 yards shy of the first. Stop 2nd down, about 1.5 yards from inside the 10. And this is Martin picking up the 1st down. Curtis takes it to the 7-yard line. So a coldly efficient opening drive for the New York Jets, which a little roll by Lucas, throwing on the run in the end zone. Open is Johnson for the touchdown. 44 seconds.
And how about Ray Lucas? You could see him rolling out to his right, biding time, poised, giving Johnson a chance to get.
And so the Jets march down the field, picking up right where they've left off the last couple of weeks after wins against the Dolphins and the Cowboys. 3-0.
That's one of the super players in the NFL. He's really stepped up his game since Vinny went down, and he's kind of taken his whole receiving corps on his shoulders.
Going to the Pro Bowl is Keyshawn. Hall's kick, fielded at the goal line. Flag is thrown. Brock Marion brings it back out to the 29.
Personal foul, blocking below the waist, number 83 of the kicking team. 15 yards, 1st down.
And gives Miami the ball to start its first drive at its own 45-yard line. And the handoff goes to J.J. Johnson, the rookie from Mississippi State. So let's 2nd down and 7 from the 48-yard line. Marino throws, and it's caught by Martin over the middle, and Tony has a 1st down inside the 45-yard line. 2nd down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Marino throws, juggled, caught. Martin stopped at the 36-yard line by Marcus Coleman. It will be 3rd down and 2.
Don't ask him to have to win it for you in the fourth quarter.
Key early conversion here, and they get it with Johnson taking off on a 3rd and 1, and then hold down at the 1 by Victor Green.
Oh, how great it is when you have a running back that can make a play. Take a look at this. Here's James Brown, big James Brown, and also Gogan coming around the corner. And just take a look at this. You can see why he's a big-time back, but he also looks like he tweaks it a little bit.
As the running back, he's normally a fullback. They take it to him. Marino throws, and it's caught in the back of the end zone for a touchdown by Ed Perry. He's hurt. Perry's in the game, and that's his first catch of the year. Touchdown Miami, tied at 7. You get it, isn't it?
Yes,
You're right.
It is.
1st down and 20. Lucas. And there's a flag thrown. Crabette in a wrestling match with Sam Madison.
Coach Pro Bowl last week.
Holding, number 29, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
And the 28-yard line. Nobody in the backfield as they string it out, and Lucas throws, caught by Johnson. And Johnson gets upended up at the 41, but that is a 1st down. Terrell Buckley with the tackle. One game tied, 3:50 to go in the opening quarter. Lucas fires over the middle, and that's caught at the 45-yard line by the tight end, Fred Baxter. And that's only the 18th catch by a Jet tight end this season. In this game, number 15, Martin swings to the outside. Takes it to the 41-yard line, stopped there by Buckley.
Hey, a lot of guys want me,
right?
So I'm just going to go out and see what they want to give me.
2nd and 6, Martin. And Martin angles his body, and by doing so, comes close to picking up the first down to the 1st and 10. The ball at the 35-yard line. McNeil is now a little bit more in front of Martin than he was about 10 seconds ago. 3rd down and 14. Lucas, a little shovel pass to Martin, and he gets tripped up. And he stopped at the 30-yard line. The tackle was made by Jerry Wilson. Otherwise, Martin might have sprung for a first down. Hall in the waning seconds of the first quarter. Hall with a great leg and just inside the right upright is good with 7 ticks remaining in the opening period. 2nd down and 7 from the 15-yard line. Marino guns it over the middle, and that's caught by Hunter Goodwin up to the 22-yard line.
It's going to be interesting now, Al, to watch the Miami offense
versus any given team in history. Field Green is in the game at wide out. This is Pritchett swinging to the outside, and Pritchett picks up 9. So they got to get a running game tonight. He's going to be a key guy. Pritchett has carried the ball so infrequently in his career.
Conrad to play fullback and Stanley Pritchett to play halfback.
2nd and 1. Ball is given to Pritchett. And Pritchett takes it out to the 35. Stanley, in 48 games in the NFL, up until 2 weeks ago, had carried the ball a total of 24 times. Another 35. Marino. Martin at the 50. And then chased down at the 35-yard line by Aaron Glenn. Tony Martin got free in midfield. You wouldn't say one of the great running quarterbacks in history, would you?
No, I don't think so.
2nd down and 8 from the 33. Marino over the middle, caught by Gadsden, and a run to Gadsden like a whirling top gets to the 10-yard line. McDuffie in motion. Marino hits Pritchett, hog-tied at the 5-yard line by Dwayne Gordon. It'll be 3rd down and goal. For the Jets, it really means nothing, but they have all the momentum coming in. 5 wins in 7 games, and loving the role of spoiler. 3rd down and goal. Marino throws, and it's picked off at the 1-yard line by Marcus Coleman. And Coleman to midfield. And once again, the Dolphins give up a touchdown on a run back. It has killed them this season. It is the 7th interception this season run back against the Dolphins for a touchdown, tying an NFL record. A situation where at worst the game's going to be tied. You're probably going to have the lead. The next thing you know, you're down by 10, 17-7 with 8:41 to the half.
That's what they like to do down there inside the 5-yard line.
Coleman's 5th pick of the year. Officially, it's a 98-yard run back. Hall's pick, Marion Fields a yard into the end zone. Brock swings to the outside. Chased by Green, caught by Green up at the 38-yard line. J.J. Johnson in the game. Ball at the 38. Marino on 1st down. Stepping up in the pocket. Fires over the middle. Caught by Pritchett. And Stanley Pritchett takes it down to the 30-yard line.
Well, the greatest thing about Dan Marino is that he is resilient. He will send it up higher.
2nd down and 8. Marino out of the gun. Good protection. And it's a fingertip catch made by McDuffie, who's been fighting an ankle injury. 3rd down and 1. Stoutmeyer makes the tackle. To the ground game. Johnson, and he moves the pile. That's one of the reasons they like this guy. J.J. Johnson, whose name is James Johnson, so there are 2 Jimmy Johnsons. He loves him. 3rd down and 8 at the 18-yard line. Caught over the middle by Yatil Green, who takes it inside the 10, and that's a first down. 2nd and goal. The Jet defense has to be wearing down. J.J. Johnson puts his head down and dives to the 3, or to the 3rd down and goal off a James Brown block.
Well, if James Brown can keep making blocks for J.J. Johnson, he might find himself no longer
goal. Marino fires over the middle, caught for a touchdown by Stanley Pritchett. Play drive, they've run 21 consecutive offensive plays, and they close to within 3.
Keyshawn Johnson out in the middle of the field is safety right now.
It's a 2-9. It's the old basic 2-9 defense.
Let's see if Keyshawn goes and gets it. Go get it, man.
And it's tipped and intercepted. It winds up as a Ray Mickens interception, which will probably be worth another $100,000 in his next contract negotiation.
Yeah,
right?
but you hate that if you're the quarterback, because you just gave up an interception for no reason.
Right.
His locker room, he rode it through the whole halftime. At this rate, Boomer, now he'll be ready for the Tour de France.
Well, here he is. He looks like Lance Armstrong right now as he picks up about 4 up to the 36-yard line. Stopped by Rick Lyle, 2nd down and 6.
Let's get after Marino. Let's not let him get comfortable back there.
2:07 to the first half. 2 long drives. Flag is thrown. There was action along the interior. Anthony Pleasant came across the line.
58 defense.
Did not turn the ball over, and
2nd down.
55 sacks. Marino's been sacked only 9 times all year. J.J. Johnson to the 45-yard line of the Jets for a first down.
And remember that Damon Ewert also had a healthy running game.
3rd and 10. Webb's going to gut it out at left tackle. Marino throws, and it's caught at the 39-yard line by McDuffie, but well short of the first down. There's another Dolphin quarterback, the ex-Niner, Jim Druckenmiller, inactive tonight.
Hasn't done much. I don't necessarily know that you want to do this.
Big gamble, and they're going for it on 4th and 4, and the gamble pays off. Teal Green makes the catch, tackled by Ray Mickens.
Well, that's what I said. Go for it. Why not? What do you got to lose?
It's a game-turning play if you make it and cash in. So now, can they cash in is the question. A little flea flicker. Marino throwing, and they will cash in. Touchdown, Tony Martin.
Is the player that is the free safety. You have to be back there and stay back.
Murray point after. How do you bring a smile to Jimmy Johnson's face? Convert on 4th down, and then a flea flicker for a touchdown. That's all it takes. Tupa, the AFC Pro Bowl punter, and that's one of the reasons he's going to Hawaii. Kicks like that with a little backspin on it at the 4-yard line.
Oh, what a whack by O.J. McDuffie, however. Whew. He just absolutely drills number 35, Del Lee, in his way pretty much right there. You can see it. Peyton Manning did say a few weeks ago that Bill Belichick's defense is one of the hardest defenses to face because it gives you so many looks.
Whoa, 3rd and 10, and Marino throws, and it's intercepted by Roman Pfeiffer, and he's down at the 1. It is not a touchdown, but it's a 1st and goal. Martin for the touchdown.
Well, certainly Curtis Martin is happy. Fred Baxter's going to have nightmares, as is Dan Marino.
It's Dallas.
Well, young players are stepping up a little bit.
3rd down and 10. Marino guns it to McDuffie, who gets free in the seam and takes it out to the 47 for a first down, where he's tackled by Victor Green.
We're talking about it in the NFL now about what the rules are and what these players can take.
Very gray area. 3rd down and 6. And that's caught by Martin, and he has the first down. Forward progress to the 41.
To get yourself underweight, because every team in the league has a weigh-in at the end of the week.
This is J.J. Johnson. He gets 9.
And some of those over-the-counter pills, if you will, don't list what's in them.
Call the office. 2nd and 1. This is Pritchett bouncing his way for a first down. Total. 2nd down and 6. From the 25-yard line, Marino throws. Caught. McDuffie to the 11. First down, Miami. From the 8. Start the 4th quarter. Jets up by 3. Marino throws. Caught by McDuffie. Reaches. Does he get in? No. First and goal inside the 1.
Yes.
Johnson, though.
They're at the knees down.
Yeah, the knees down. It's a very interesting call. Now, the upside is, of course, you get the touchdown. The downside is you lose the timeout, and then in all likelihood you're going to score a touchdown. But coaches upstairs will also tell you whether you should or you shouldn't challenge, or at least suggest. On second and goal, there's your touchdown for J.J. Johnson.
And you just hope that the timeout doesn't come back to bite you. The fact that you lost one. Exactly what you're doing.
Meanwhile, Murray, who spent the whole season kicking nothing but field goals, has 4 extra points tonight. And no field goals, 28-24 Miami. Begin this drive from their own 33-yard line. Lucas throws, caught by Corbett up at the 39-yard line. Haven't seen Corbett in a while. I haven't seen the Jet.
Haven't seen anybody in a while.
Exactly. That's exactly what's done it. Those 2 gigantic interceptions. Second down and 4 from the 39. They give it to Richie Anderson. He runs up Martin's back and then springs loose and picks up a first down. Nice first down at the 45. And that is somehow caught by Corbett, reaching out with Surtain blanketing him. So
For frenzy, and the defense has started to pick it up a little bit. Here comes the blitz.
third down and 5. Lucas going deep. Wide open is Corbett. Inside the 10. Corbett to the goal line. They look
That's gotta be a
and
touchdown.
they say, what is it?
Yes, there you go.
On a delayed call by the side judge. Touchdown Jets.
And Ray Lucas stands in the face of the blitz, takes a shot, and delivers a strike. And one of the great things about Wayne Corbett is how he can set up a route now and how he can...
Counting for 62 yards on that drive. And with 10:41 left in regulation, the Jets lead the Dolphins 31-28. From the 30, Jets with a 4-man front. Good protection, but also good coverage. Martin looks for a flag, finds none. Aaron Glenn with the coverage.
Got to make a move, do something for you.
Tom Hunt, the punt. Dedrick Ward back to receive it. Ward at the 30, gets by Hollier and then gets dumped and loses the ball at the 40-yard line. And no signal yet. O.J. Brigance, 57, created the fumble. Miami with the recovery.
O.J. Brigance makes a great play, just running though.
Out of the gun now, third down and 7. 5-man rush, and the ball is off the fingertips of Tony Martin. So now you have a 4th and 7 at the 36. You've got a guy in Mate who has already kicked enough field goals to tie the NFL record for most in a season.
Horrendous. Can't seem to find the rhythm again that he had early in the game.
If he misses, the Jets get it at the 44, and he misses. So the real downside to that is you give up a lot of field position because the ball comes back at the point it was spotted. Fiesta Sunday National Championship game in the Sugar next Tuesday. Lucas on first down, going deep, and he hits Dedrick Ward for a touchdown.
Now that's a play-action pass. That's how you run it.
And how's that for a turn of events?
Take a look at this. Lucas throws a beautiful ball after a great play-action fake. And Dedrick Ward is running against number 27, Terrell Buckley, this time. And I don't know what these DBs are thinking.
Jets. First down to the 34. That is caught at midfield by Martin, and then Victor Green brings him down on the Jets side of the field of the 48. That's incomplete, and it's 4th down as Marino goes down ingloriously in the grasp of Jason Ferguson and Anthony Pleasant. still have a chance to get into the playoffs, even with a loss next week. At the 24-yard line, Martin and Curtis breaks it for a first down up to the 39.
Now, this certainly isn't the same defense that we saw earlier in the year. And
as a staggering football team, the way it looks right now. Martin.
Oh, did you see that move by Curtis Martin? He put it on Trace Armstrong, gave him a deke to the inside. Trace bit it, and then he ran around him. And I would think that if I were a Seattle Seahawk right now, I'd be practicing. I couldn't wait to start looking at film, trying to figure out how to beat these guys.
3rd and 5, and Lucas gets taken down.
Because it's not going to be easy.
Well, the irony is the Jets are on their way to half knocking Miami out of the playoffs tonight, and then they can put them back in next week if they beat Seattle.
In this league, a loss and to be in the midst of a losing streak or a series of losses is so devastating to the psyche of players and coaches in the league.
2nd and 20, and there's Gadsden trying to get Jimmy back for another year with a first down up to the 46.
But a miracle comeback win on Monday night against the New York Jets also kind of refuels your fire a little bit. For anybody else, he probably would have pulled them by now.
I think you're right. 3rd down and 6 from the 50-yard line. Marino throws, and that's incomplete. McDuffie reached upward and couldn't haul it in. Aaron Glenn with the coverage. And upcoming now is a huge 4th and 6 at the 50.
Townsend, I would bet you that Barry would love to play here.
And I was talking to David Ware, Barry's agent today, and it seems to me that Barry does want to play. He's not retired forever as McDuffie makes the catch, and they keep the chains moving, and now Miami's got to pick it up.
And there's a little bit of confusion on the defensive side of the ball for the New York Jets.
Marino throws flags all over the place, and a good job was done by McDuffie. Holding him, but clearly
24 defense, first down.
Jets blitz, Marino throws, it's caught. McDuffie's been his man here, and McDuffie to the 19-yard line. 3 down linemen for New York. They rush 4, and Marino throws it behind McDuffie. So now you have a situation, I mentioned it, in either sequence, so you've got to bring Mate in here. You're going to need 3 at one point. Mate with 37, so this would set a new NFL record for field goals, and it does. So Mate with the field goal.
Doesn't seem like everybody else is too happy for him, but he's going to get the ball.
Right.
That's a pretty significant record, isn't it, Al?
It is. It would be pretty Pyrrhic, though, if they lose the game. But Olindo says, wait a second, I find that football, baby. Where is
Where's
it?
the football? Who's got it?
By a Jet. A little squiver. It has to get to the 40, and it does, but the Jets wind up with the football at the 39-yard line. That is assuming they even hold the Jets to begin with. The 39-yard line. Here's Martin. Now you've got to take your time out here. Take it here.
Stuff.
2nd down and 5. Here's Martin. Now they take a timeout. In effect, they could have taken the timeout at 2:07.
Don't be surprised if Curtis Martin takes off here.
Martin, well, he doesn't get it. He is stopped at the 32. So now if you're Parcells, you run the clock down all the way. You run it down as far as you can. And then we'll see what Bill does. I would assume he's going to pooch punt here. He's got the Pro Bowl punter in Tupa.
I know this would be a great spot for a play-action pass. Hitting Keyshawn Johnson down the middle for a touchdown.
I'll be darned. They are going for it. And they hit Johnson. How about that?
Yep.
And that's the end of the ball game.
How much confidence does he have in Ray Lucas?
Well, I tell you, that's a really gutsy call by Parcells. That is a real gutsy call.
But does he call it if the playoffs are on the line?
I don't know. A lot of great jobs in his career, but this one is right up there. A team that was 1-6 has won 6 of its last 8. Jimmy Johnson will take his bedraggled team up to Washington, and again, the Dolphins can still get into the playoffs even before they play the Redskins in the late game next week, because Kansas City meets Oakland early, and Seattle meets the Jets in the 1 o'clock game. And if either of those teams, Seattle or KC, loses, Miami is in, period. But if Kansas City wins and if Seattle wins, then Miami is out.
Al, this guy, Ray Lucas, has now beaten Doug Flutie, Troy Aikman, Drew Bledsoe, and Dan Marino twice in his young career. Congratulations to you, Ray. What finally broke this game open?
Well, we would go battling back and forth. It was definitely one of those offensive shootout games, and we just had a couple more big plays than they did, and we came out on top.
Could you describe the two of the really big plays, the one to Corbett and also Dedrick Ward, 50 and 56 yards?
The one to Corbett was a flag route, and they had cover 0. I knew I was going to get hit, and I was just trying to hold on to it for as long as I could. And Wayne was hitting me before we even broke the huddle. He's like, I'm going to be over, just throw it up there. So I threw it up there, and he got it. And on the other one, it was like a fake draw, and they were calling draw when Curtis came in the backfield. I knew it. So I looked Brock to the left, and I threw to Dedrick. He's so fast. He just did it on his own.
Worked pretty well. Well, you have played with such an emotion the last few weeks. Your whole team has. Bill Parcells says there is never nothing to play for. What has motivated you?
Well, everybody keeps using this word spoiler, and what I said before we came out here today, as I said, we're going on the field winners, and we're going to come off the field winners. And if that spoils somebody else's plans, then it's not our fault. So
a great way to end the century, and you had to give your offensive lineman, Dom Perignon, you might owe him a case.
I wish I could afford more. I would have bought him Rolexes, but I ain't got vintage money.
Thanks, Ray. Back to you guys.
You gotta love that kid.
That's great.
You want me to interpret that out? Cover 0, meaning no safety in the middle, man to man, and he read it perfectly and threw a nice ball.
Absolutely.